Hey guys, Hipper here. So today I'm doing a special video here because I want to show you how you can run your electric vehicle or EV on solar power exclusively, meaning that you won't pay a cent to travel in your car ever again. So the other objective of this video here is to show you how little sense it actually makes to buy an internal combustion engine car or ICE car. Especially, as this video here will show, if you have your own driveway and your own roof, and you'll be able to put a solar system on that roof. So I'll be comparing two cars around $60,000, the Tesla Model 3 and the Subaru Outback XT. And the price very similar, just around 60, but as you'll see, there's actually been a bit of fluctuations in the prices lately, so the Tesla actually has the upper hand here. But we're not just going to look at the price of purchase, we're also going to look at servicing, fuel, insurance, and all that other stuff. So if you go to Tesla's website, we look up a Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, you can see that it can be purchased for $56,879. So that's about $6,000 less than I paid for mine, but I also had some extra options on it. So if we look at the Subaru website here, we want an XT because we want the turbo version. So the cheapest is $57,000. So we're going to spring for that one. Although the Touring actually has leather, which is what we really want, but we'll stick with the Sport for this comparison here. Alright, so that's purchasing costs down. So let's look at servicing here. And if we start with the Outback, for obvious reasons, it's every 12 months or 15,000 kilometers, and over 5 years that's going to cost you a little bit over $2,500. Compared to the Model 3 or any Tesla for that matter, there are no services. And the things that need to be fixed on the car are air filters and stuff, and that's done on the Subaru as well. So there's zero service expenses for a Tesla, and that is actually true. I know many Tesla drivers who haven't had a single service through the life of their cars. Alright, so next up, let's look at distance driven, and this is obviously going to be the same for both cars. 75 kilometers a day to and from work, 16 work days a month, because we're working from home 4 days a month. And that means you're doing 1,200 kilometers per month. And I said that's exactly the same for both cars, for obvious reasons. Alright, next up is insurance, and this is the same quote with the same excess and the same inclusions. And as you can see, the Tesla is a little bit more expensive, about $300 more expensive per year. So that's about $25 a month. So not really a huge expense here, really. But gotta be fair, the Tesla is more expensive. So next up is fuel consumption, and 11 kilometers per 100 kilometers for the Outback, that's fairly average. I've owned one of these cars myself, so I know for certain. And that means you'll use around 132 liters per month if you're doing the 1,200 Ks that I mentioned earlier. And at $2 a liter, that will mean that the fuel expense for the Outback is about $264 per month. Now the Tesla is a little bit trickier because I am calculating it at 156 kilowatt hours per month, and kilowatt hours aren't the same price, not even the same price from house to house. And I'm also calculating at 13 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, although I'm actually doing 12. But anyway, we are making it 13 because that's what most people get on the internet. So to calculate the fuel cost for the Tesla, you should know your electricity prices, obviously. So for this example here, I'm using my actual electricity prices, and I paid 34 cents per normal kilowatt hour. At night, between midnight and 6 a.m., I only pay 8 cents. And my feed-in tariff from the solar is 7 cents per kilowatt hour. So obviously it depends on what time you charge your car, and also you should charge your EV at home. That's by far the cheapest. So let's say you're very disorganized and you charge your car for the highest rate. throughout the month, 156 kilowatt hours at 34 cents. That'll cost you $53 a month. And of course the Outback stays the same because that's $2 a liter. And so it's pretty much $200 and something more expensive to fuel your Outback on a monthly basis. So next up, if you're a little bit more smart, you will charge your EV at night, where it only costs 8 cents per kilowatt hour, meaning that you will pay $12.50 per month. The last option is the best option because this is the option where you use your solar power to actually power your car, meaning that you will drive the 1,200 kilometers per month completely free. Meaning that the Outback will cost you $264 a month, while the Tesla will cost you $0 a month. So how do you accomplish that? Well, first of all, you're going to need a solar system. And the point of this video here is that first you use the car to pay off your solar system. And then after that, you use the solar system to pay off the car. And the first step is to get the $3,000 electric vehicle rebate from the New South Wales government. And you could subtract that $3,000 from the price of the car. There's nothing wrong with that. That means the price of the Tesla will be $54,879. But because we're smart here, we're going to actually take that $3,000 and instead we're going to use that $3,000 to buy a medium solar system. And as you can tell, it's $4,200 or $4,300. And if you can make do with a smaller system, you can actually pay the whole thing using the EV grant. But in this case here, we'll subtract $3,000 from the $4,300, meaning that the 10 kilowatt system has cost us only $1,300, right? And this is the whole point of buying an EV, I think. If you have the roof, if you have the driveway, this is where the real, win comes through. So I have a system like this myself, and I average about 40 kilowatt hours per day. And my car, I use 150 something kilowatt hours per month. That means I only need to charge it 39 kilowatt hours per week. And really that's only 1 day's production of solar, right? But it's a little bit more complicated than that. But anyway, there's plenty of solar to charge your car, even on cloudy days. Now, if we take a nice sunny day as an example here, you'll get a very nice graph here that'll show you the output from the solar system throughout the day. So to be able to charge a Tesla, you need to make around 2200 watt. And as you can see from here, you'll start to do that around 6:30, 6:45, somewhere along those lines. And once you hit 2200 watt, you'll be able to charge your Tesla using the included UMC charger, which charges at 2 kilowatt hours. So all you got to do is just plug your Tesla in once you reach the required wattage and wait. And as you can see here, this is like a spring day, so you'll be able to charge the Tesla at 2 kilowatt hours from around 6:30 in the morning to around 4:30 in the afternoon. So that's around 9 hours at 2 kilowatts. So that'll give you 18 kilowatt hours through one charging session. And that's already half of what you need for that week. So all you need really is just 2 days of decent weather, and you'll be able to fill your car. As you can see, there's still plenty of excess power, and you can run your dishwasher, washing machine, or air conditioner as well. It's not really a problem because the Tesla only takes up about 2200 watts, and at peak this system makes around 7,500 watts. So there's plenty to go around, and there's plenty of electricity to be sent back into the grid, so you'll get your feed-in tariffs. But we'll get to that later. Now, of course, charging your car requires a little bit of planning because if you can, it's a good idea to put your work from home days on days where the sun is out the whole day. So that means you can keep the car charging the whole day, and that's what I do really. And it sounds difficult, but it's not. It's really not difficult at all. And of course, if you work home more than once a week, most people do it twice a week. And I've only used once in this comparison here, but you know, I actually do 2 days a week from home, plus the weekend. That gives me 4 days to actually, you know, suck in 39 kilowatt hours, which is very, very easy. It's not a problem at all. And it just takes a little bit of planning, looking at the weather forecast, and that's about it. If you don't feel like charging for 9 hours, for example, you can buy a different charger and be able to charge it, for example, 7 kilowatt hours instead of 2, meaning that you only need to charge the car for around 3 hours. So if you have like peak sunshine for, you know, less hours than I do, then that's a better option. But in any case, it's very, very easy. It's not really a problem. And if you don't feel like, you know, doing all these like experiments yourself, you can just download an app like Charge HQ that will charge the car for you purely off solar. And in this way here, you don't have to keep an eye on it. The app will do all the work for you, and you can choose if you want to suck up all your solar or if you want to do like I do and only do around 2 or 3 kilowatt hours. Now I prefer just doing 2 kilowatt hours because it means I can charge the car any day, because even on a gray rainy day the system still makes around 2000 watts. So how does this look for yearly expenses here? And we'll look at the price of the car here. I have both cars in here and they're roughly the same, not really much of a difference there. Service, obviously Tesla wins out. Energy, running on solar, Tesla wins out huge here. You're saving more than $3,000 a year. Insurance, Outback wins out by a few $100s. And as you can see, in total, the Tesla is far cheaper to own over the course of a year. So let's pretend that you keep these cars for 10 years, right? As you can see here, for the Tesla, we are including the solar system, the remaining $1,299 in the first year's expenses, and along with the insurance. And from then on, all you're paying really for the Tesla is the yearly insurance, and I've left it at the same amount every year for both cars. For the Outback, on the other hand, you will be paying service, gas, and insurance, and you'll keep doing that for the next 10 years, and that comes in at $4,651 per year. So after 10 years, how does this calculation actually look? So if you went the Tesla way, you've got a Tesla Model 3 and a 10 kilowatt solar system, and all up it's cost you $72,335 over 10 years. The Outback, on the other hand, is the price of the car plus all the expenses every year, and it amounts to $108,196 over 10 years. So that's a massive difference. And what is the difference actually? Well, it's $35,861 over 10 years, or $3,500 a year. So that's a massive saving here, and it only requires a little bit of thought, and of course a driveway and a roof. And then we haven't even touched upon all the other benefits you're getting with the solar, but really you can get that even if you don't have a Tesla. Like the solar will just, you know, pay off your electricity bills. So for example here, I've gone from an electricity bill of about $400 to an electricity bill of $0. So I don't pay any electricity bills anymore. Actually, as you can see in the picture here, my electricity company right now owes me $13. So this is a solar system without a battery. It just requires you to think a little bit and, you know, schedule your washing clothes, your dishwashing and anything like that, and thinking a little bit, oh, should I run the aircon now or in the afternoon? And that's really all it takes. And the money you are paid for, like putting your excess solar that you're not using for your EV or your appliances back into the grid, will actually cancel out the few kilowatts you actually use, for example, in the evening to run your TV, your computer, whatever you want. So that's how you do it, guys. That's how you buy a Tesla, and you buy a solar system, and you use the solar system to pay off the car, and you use the car to pay off the solar system. It's very simple, and it works really well. And as you can tell, I have a $0 bill. So yep, it does work. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, right?